Take note, people. This podcast is rated 18A. It contains coarse language, nudity, adult themes, and is not suitable for younger listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Bum, bum. If you're looking for a podcast that details my daily morning routine.
Ooh, a podcast that explores the mysteries of the Challenger Deep.
What?
Yeah.
What about a podcast?
I would watch. I want, sorry.
No.
I want that.
I want that. What about a podcast that teaches you about how to be a better person?
Unsubscribe. Or a podcast that debunks the conspiracy theory that Fidel Castro is Justin Trudeau's real dad.
No.
Yeah.
Then this is not the podcast for you.
Yeah. We don't talk about those things.
No, we don't. We talk about other random crap.
Well, there was this great picture of Trudeau and Horgan sitting down with some takeout white spot in BC when he did a little tour of Lytton.
Oh,
and I was like, did he get extra pickles or is he like a normal person?
And with that, I'm Sarah. That's Haley. And this is Rewind. Oh man, before we get going, I would like to take a moment to thank Fansets, our sponsors. Thanks for being our sponsors. That's right, Fansets. I don't know if you've heard of them, but if you haven't, go to fansets.com, check out what they got. They got pins. They got Star Trek pins. They've got Harry Potter pins. I'm talking Snape. I'm talking Remus Lupin. I'm talking the world of Irwin Allen. And they've got tons of stuff. And they're always getting in more stuff. They have over 300 licensed Star Trek ones to choose from now. Which is crazy.
That's amazing.
I know. So if you go in there and load up your cart, you also can get 10% off your order by using our special code REWIND in caps locks and get it done. And in your US, and you spend over 30 buckaroos, you get free shipping.
Ugh.
Right?
It's amazing.
They're awesome.
So cool. Thanks, Fansets.
Fansets. Our pins have character. And we thank our friends at Fansets for being our sponsor. Ooh. Boop, boop, boop. Let's go, Haley.
Boop, 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 boop. Round table. So we use this Trello thing to keep track of notes and stuff like that. And I just took a little gander through yours and just you spelled Heath Ledger's name wrong. So just want you to know.
Why would I be referencing Heath Ledger?
I'm not sure. I went to the beach and got a sunburn. In Vancouver, they sell buffalo cauliflower wings and tempura green beans at the concession. So fucking bougie. I was like, where's like a hot dog that I drop in the sand and then keep eating it? I actually did that once with a caramel apple, and it wasn't even mine. I was at a fair, and this girl was eating. I was with this girl, and she was eating a caramel apple, and then she dropped it. And it kind of rolled a little bit, but not all the way on the ground. And so I just picked it up and she's like, oh, just throw it out. I'm like, yeah, but this part wasn't touched. And so I ate some of it. I also once was sailing and found a helium balloon floating on the surface of the water. And I just punctured it and inhaled it, not even thinking that it could have drugs in it or who knows what. Anyway, it was just helium. Anyway, I
can't believe I've been on 2 podcasts today that have referenced a caramel apple, or also known as a caramel apple.
Well, yeah. Oh, they are good. I also like candy apples. Apples in themselves are all right.
All of it, as I said before on Discovering Trek Enterprise, it makes my teeth hurt just thinking about it.
Fair enough. I also found the best salt known to man. It is
really?
It is an Atlantic sea salt, like coarse grind, and it has lemon zest in it. And we made margaritas that had 1.5 cups of tequila total. It's supposed to be for 6 people, but it was just for 2 people. And then I got John to watch the best movie in the world, White Chicks. He definitely laughed a few times, but it was also definitely playing on his phone for some of it. Still, I call it a win. We also watched Zoolander.
Ooh.
which I've only seen once. And now all these things that you've said in the past, like derelict, I understand are references to that movie. And now I don't know what to believe. Are you truly funny? I don't know.
I don't know. The best part of that movie is David Bowie.
Oh, yeah.
Hosting the walk-off. Just like the best part of White Chicks is any moment where we get Terry Crews.
Oh, so good.
Once you go, you know the rest. Is that movie offensive now? Are we allowed to watch like that movie? I don't know.
It's offensive if you're one of those people who's offended by everything.
Yeah.
I loved it. It'll stand the test of time.
And it was filmed right by my house at Hatley Castle for parts. Mm-hmm. I see people I recognize in the background of that movie.
That's so awesome. So good.
Oh God. I love it. Oh, I want to watch White Chicks now.
Yeah, well, it's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix. Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, and I also had a weird phone call.
Okay, what is this? I have it in my notes to ask you about this.
Yeah, so I just got home from Vancouver. I'm like taking a moment to do a little bit of work before I head off for a hair appointment. Tough life. And my phone rings, and like a lot of people at work and stakeholders and stuff have my cell phone number, and I don't recognize it. So I'm like, "Good afternoon, Haley speaking." And this guy goes, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "Good, you?" He's like, "Yeah, good. My name's Nick, and I work with your brother Evan." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Yeah. And I installed a hot water tank at the duplex in Gordon Head like 2 weeks ago, and I haven't gotten any money back, and I'm all out of pocket for it." And I was like, what do you want me to do about that? And he's like, "Well, can I just send you the invoice and you can pay it?" I'm like, "No, because I don't know what you're talking about."
And I don't know anybody by that name that works at that office, because I used to work in that office.
Yeah. And so I was like, he's like, "But your brother's name is Evan." And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "Are you fucking with me?" And I was like, "Pardon me?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "My brother works for the government and so do I." And he's like, "You don't work for a contracting company?" And I was like, "No." And he's like, "So if we end this call right now and I call back and you don't answer, the voicemail's not going to be this contracting company?" I'm like, "That's right." I'm like, "What do you like?" I'm like, "I don't even own property. I don't own property. I don't own a company." And he's like, "Well, this is the number on the Facebook page for the contractor." And I was like, "I don't even have a Facebook page." And I'm like, "What is this place called?" And he's like, "Are you fucking like anyway?" And I'm like looking it up, and there is a phone number on the site, but it's not mine. It's off by 1 digit. And so I was like, "Dude, you called the wrong number." And he's like, "Oh, well, what are the odds that your brother's name's Evan?" I'm like, "Well, pretty small in a small town." And then that was it. He didn't say sorry or anything. And meanwhile, I'm thinking, does my brother have a side business for a hot water tank installation? I have no idea. And so like, I'm like, what the hell? And also the nature of Evan's job, he has to interrogate and do background checks on very sketchy people, and they only know him by his first name. And so this guy wouldn't give me his last name. And I was like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And also, are you stealing my information through my voice? I don't know. Anyway, so I call Evan. I'm like, the weirdest thing just happened. And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's so weird." And then I was like, "Oh, we have to figure out games night for mom and dad. Do you want to do the 24th? And he's like, "Yeah, that sounds good." And then he's like, "Actually, I can't on that day. I'm installing a hot water tank." But I was like, "Fuck you, dude." Like, he was so mean. Like, I understand if you're a contractor and you're out money, I get it. It sucks.
Yeah.
And that's what I told the guy. I'm like, "I have nothing to do with this. I don't know how you got my phone number. I am not involved with this contracting company."
Oh my
Sorry.
Gosh.
Anyway, I know. After the week I had, I was like, really?
No kidding. Can we take a hot minute for a second?
Of course.
God bless you.
Yeah, I don't put serrano peppers down the garburator.
Oh, no?
No.
That's my plan for tomorrow.
It's you, yeah.
All right.
How are you?
You got anything else for me? Did you see a house that you want to buy in Chicago?
Oh. I forgot. Okay.
Oh.
So there's this house, and I mean, already like we live in this area where houses that did not go for more than 250 grand are going for well over $1 million. And so when I saw this listing, I was like, oh my God, it's like only like $395,000. It's in Chicago. And so like I'm looking at it, and I'm just scrolling down right now, but the owner says, sorry, it's so slow. Okay. What the seller loves about this home. Open concept, and it's a beautiful house, like open concept, vaulted ceilings, skylights, unique second floor loft. So it's like open, double-sided fireplace, tons of storage, close to public transportation and major expressways. Sorry, too much to list. This house was the home of John Wayne Gacy, the serial killer and killer clown. People say it's haunted. And it's like, what the fuck? And then you scroll down, and there are all these beautiful pictures and all that kind of stuff, including a picture of John Wayne Gacy, both in clown makeup and not in clown makeup.
It's amazing.
Side by side. When I sent it to you, I thought,
I think one of our listeners, Daniel, he's in Ontario, and he often messages me with like good tips for like, these are some good true crime podcasts and stuff. And I think that I'll have to send him the link to this. He'll appreciate this.
Okay, and then I'm also looking, I didn't see this before.
There's more?
There's more. One of the pictures, they have a framed painting, one of the John Wayne Gacy paintings in the room. Are you fucking kidding me?
Does it come with the house?
Oh.
Is it like in The Office when there was that clown at Jim's house that can't be taken off the wall?
Yes. Oh my God. There's at least 2 pictures with that on an easel.
Oh my gosh.
Framed though. Like someone framed it. Just fucking John Wayne Gacy holding his balloons, a little like thumbs up.
I'm Pogo.
High five. Oh. That's my favorite of his pictures.
The dwarves.
Bloody hand. Oh. Anyway, if you want to live at 8215 West Somerdale Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60656, the house isn't actually for sale. It's been sold. So
yeah, someone snatched that beauty up pretty quick.
Holy shit. When I saw that, I was like sitting next to John, and I was like, I have to tell somebody, and John will laugh, but not as like, you're the only one who would understand. Anyway, that's all I got.
I love it. My neighborhood has been nothing but drama, and it's been more cases of Schadenfreude than I could even begin to deal with. Like that is like the next tattoo. I'm going to get Schadenfreude in beautiful scripture, like across my throat. For those of you who don't know what Schadenfreude means, it's taking pleasure from other people's misfortune, and it's everything that I am as a human being, a horrible person. So the first one is we got some neighbors that are some dill holes. They're just dicks. They make so much fucking noise. They have a trampoline in the front yard. The kids are screaming, and they get mad at us if like a car thing is happening for 5 minutes on a Sunday afternoon at a reasonable decibel at a reasonable time. Anyway. They just got new neighbors behind them, and the guy is the president of a lowrider car club, and he's got a band. So not only is there band practice, but there's like lowrider like cars like making noise, and like it's just it's day 3, and he's like, "We're thinking of selling the house." He's so pissed, and I love it. And then the neighbors that were next to us, they bought the house and since split up. That house is cursed. Everybody that buys that house, they end up divorced. And so she's been gone, and he's been renting the house because he lives downtown with his new lady who's pregnant. Classic. Yep. Waste no time. Great way to jump into a new relationship after you just get divorced from the woman you met at rehab. But no judgment. No judgment. We all have our stories. But she was back at she drive down the cul-de-sac and was like, yelling onto speakerphone. And so I'm working in my home office and I had the window open and I'm listening as she yells on speakerphone about like, you sold the house for how much? And I only walked away with $100,000, which is now gone. And I'm practically homeless and you're going to have your life with her and she's getting the best version of you and living my life. And I would have had a baby. It was amazing. And I actually ended up going outside and hiding behind the bushes to hear more. I took a picture and sent it to Haley. It was so funny. I'm like, shh, crouched like an idiot.
There's this TikTok video of a woman out in her front lawn, and across the street and down a couple houses there's a police incident, and it's just this woman on her front lawn just brushing a tree, just watching. I'm like, oh, what's happening?
Oh my god, I love it.
Drama.
Other than that, the only thing that's new and exciting is that I'm going through the Marvel Universe movies in timeline order because Disney Plus did that math for me and told me to start watching first Captain America, and then Captain Marvel, and then Iron Man, and then the whole list of them, and doing it in proper chronological order of the storytelling, not the making of the movies.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so we've watched now about, I think 6 or something. And some of them we've seen before, but we've never seen all of them. So we hadn't seen the Captain America. I've seen the 2 Captain Americas now.
Yeah.
The first one in Winter Soldier. I've seen the first 2 Thors, the 3 Iron Mans, the first Avengers, Marvel, and Guardians of the Galaxy. And now the next one is Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
When is Thor Ragnarok?
Ragnarok. It's coming up. I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
think it's better than the second one. The second one wasn't very good.
I've only seen one of the Thor movies, and that was Ragnarok, which is written by Taika Waititi, the guy who does What We Do in the Shadows. And it was so funny and unexpectedly funny. So it's Marvel movies, but like not Spider-Man or Venom. It's the like the Marvel, Avengers.
Yeah.
I see.
So it's missing the Ed Norton
Hulk
movie. There's no Hulk movie in this one because there was also one done by the guy
Mark Ruffalo.
No, the guy who played Nero in Nemesis in
really?
Star Trek.
Was he the Hulk?
He was the Hulk. Eric Bana. He played the Hulk in a movie, and so did Ed Norton, and neither of those are part of this, and neither are the Spider-Man films. And Venom. So those aren't included in this, like woven into this like thing that they put together on Disney Plus. I don't think Disney Plus has the rights to them because Sony still owns the rights to a couple of those movies and some of the other ones. So that's why it's not on Disney Plus.
I see. But that's so cool.
I think it starts. I'm going to see if I can like list them all. There's Captain America, Marvel, Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. Then there's Winter Soldier. There's the 3 Thor movies. There's all the Avenger films. I think it was about 4 or 5. Yeah. There's the 2 Ant-Man films, the 2 Guardians of the Galaxy films, Black Panther, and Doctor Strange. I think that covers everything.
And Black Widow is out now.
Is out now as well. Yeah. But it's been good because it's been like, I've seen some of the movies and I've enjoyed them, but I'm always feeling like I'm missing out on something. Oh, and then it includes the new Loki show and the new Winter Soldier Falcon show and the Loki, the WandaVision. So there's all that tied in there too, and where you can watch that. Like that usually is all at the end after you've watched the last Avengers.
That's a really good idea to do.
It's fun.
I mean, I assume that these are following the comics, and if you had the comic collection, that would be another way to kind of get into things, but that's cool. I am a fan of Marvel movies for sure. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy one. It's the best. They're so funny to me, and that's why I watched the later Avengers ones because they show up in it because I didn't realize that. And I was like, oh, I want to see more. They're so funny. And now they're doing another movie, like a third one with
good.
I think Thor is going to be in it or something. So yeah, that's been fun.
Nice.
Anyway, I got some more bad jokes for you. Are you ready?
I have one too, but yes, you go.
Okay, sweet. Well, I'll do 2 of mine and then you do one of yours.
Mine's just really long. I only have one and it's longer.
Mine are just crappy little dad jokes that I found when I Googled dad jokes.
Perfect.
Why do people take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing? In case they get a hole in one.
Could you imagine actually getting a hole in one of your socks while you're golfing and then, no worries, I came prepared.
That'd be pretty ironic.
Hilarious.
Well, that too. How do you follow Will Smith in the snow? You follow the Fresh Prince. What do you call a factory that makes okay products? A satisfactory. Oh, okay, I got two more. Why do seagulls fly over the ocean? Because if they flew over the bay, we'd call them bagels.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah. What's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus.
I love that one.
What's yours?
A man is being interviewed for a job. The interviewer takes a look at his resume and asks, "What is with this 4-year job gap?" The man responds, "Oh, yes, I went to Yale." The interviewer was so impressed that he shook the man's hand and told him he was hired. The man responded, "Wow, thank you so much. I really need this job." Get it?
He went to jail.
Yeah, he didn't go to Yale.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so we did something different, folks.
We like to switch it up.
We want to switch things up and keep it interesting. And we always do a synopsis, and we are responsible for our own synopses. But I thought instead I'd try something new. I wrote the synopses for Haley to read to you, and she has no idea what I wrote. So I did a synopsis all about Menage a Troi, and Haley's gonna give us her. She's gonna read it out. I hope there's no spelling errors, but there probably will be. Watch for grammatical errors too.
I just hope that I can do it justice because we have different speaking styles, but we know each other so well. So
well, we'll see what happens. You're gonna have to do this for the next one, and so that means I'm gonna let you choose the next episode.
Oh, excellent. All right. Okay. The episode starts out in 10 forward and 2 drinks are poured. One looks like grapefruit juice, the other straight up lime cordial. My personal favorite. That's so intense. Some joker with an obvious skin affliction is playing a hideous melody. And also I'll have to say, like, when the melody starts playing, I'm like, what year is this? Because it just catapulted me back to like my childhood when I saw this. Like I've always remembered it. Anyway. Hideous melody, and folks are hanging about watching an intense chess game. Wesley, my least favorite character in Star Trek, stands and watches Riker, who I much prefer without a beard, you bitch.
You said it.
That's your clip. That's like the sound that plays when I text you. I will say though, the Ferengi has it going on. God damn it.
Is this fun or what?
This is good. And you just know that I'm going to notch it up a bit. So get ready. Data talks and talks and gets the classic interruption from Picard, who just wants to escape the company of Loxana, who plays Troi's sister on this show. What the fuck? You're going to sound like an idiot. That's so good. A Ferengi hits on Loxana, and I must comment, the makeup job is so bad. Too much green paint. It looks like Sarah's dog Frank after rolling around in fresh cut grass. It's true. The Ferengi comments that every female has her price, and I agree with this sexist statement. I actually have a bedazzled shirt with that same saying.
Every female has her price.
Yeah. Oh my god. Troi is rocking orange eyeshadow. I can't remember if she was or not. And now I'm inspired to wear the same. Thanks. And those earrings Loxana has on are divine. I'm filling up my Amazon cart now with multiple pairs. They have a typical mother-daughter boring conversation, and it's meh. Riker and Picard sip tea or bourbon and listen to Geordi and Data rant and worship the boy wonder Wesley. I have no comment on the topic of Wesley needing to complete an oral exam. No comment at all. Deanna now is sporting the same purple dress I wore to my 14th birthday, while Riker is looking sassy in the same pants Sara wore when she played Aladdin in high school. I'm crying. By the look of things, there are no irons, ironing boards, or steamers on the Enterprise. Riker plays head games with Deanna as always. We are not a couple, but I'm going to tongue punch your mouth on this planet in view of your mother. Mixed messages much. Also, he held her hand, and I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
A Ferengi shows up and demonstrates more kindness and romance than most men ever have. And then, oh, wait, he's abducted them. So he's bad. And now they are on the ship, and the guy who played Neelix is one of the Ferengi. Yes, I was sure of it because his voice is so Ethan Phillips. Now here's some point form. Riker can't communicate with the ship. The women are stripped of clothing. There's a Space Murphy bed. It's all rather awkward. Now I'm playing on my phone and I'm totally bored by this episode. And when I look up again, Lwaxana is playing with a Ferengi's ear and Riker is trying to send a message to the Enterprise secretly. Now I fast forwarded because I'm so bored and it looks like that kid Wesley is refusing to go to school. He's scared of his oral exam and needs to be pushed off the ship to have a cold, emotionless goodbye with his mother, which is so weird to me, which he then leaves behind as he runs to the bridge and is refusing to leave because he has to save the day. Turns out Boy Wonder heard the same dumb song that was at the beginning of the episode. And I ask you this, friends, why the fuck did Riker use that dumbass random song when he could have used Morse code? Fuck's sakes. Wesley has a little boy boner, thanks for that, because he's so pleased he figured it all out. Whoa, I can't even do it. Insert Joey Lawrence. Insert Joey Lawrence. Whoa. Picard gives the best speech to Lwaxana to win her over because she stayed behind to save her daughter, and frankly, it's a pretty funny scene. Lwaxana is rescued, and Worf is obviously jealous of Picard and holds a secret love for Troi's sister. Picard says to get to Beta Z at Warp 9, and then there's some scene with Wesley, but I don't care, so I turned off the episode, the end!
How much fun was that?
Oh my god, that's the new way.
I think so.
This is the only way.
I think we have to do this to each other because it makes it more fun to write the synopses now.
Oh.
I thought you liked beard with a beard on Riker.
It says without a beard.
I know. I thought that you liked him wearing a beard. And you said that you didn't.
He always needs to have a beard.
That's not what you said when you were reading it out at the beginning. You said, I much prefer him.
God damn it.
Oh, all right.
That was amazing. I'm hot, like I'm sweating.
I don't know
I'm
why. Crying.
Yeah. Oh.
Save the hot flashes for me, girl.
Thoughts on the episode. Oh, Christ, getting older. So there were some things in this episode. First of all, I'm glad that it was Ethan Phillips playing the other Ferengi, because I was like, and then I wondered, was he just near the set because he was like on Voyager or something? And they
he was also on, he played a Ferengi on an episode of Enterprise.
Oh.
Yeah, in one of the first season that I've watched recently. He's really good.
Yeah, no, he's great. I mean, remember when we talked about dental plans in Canada?
Yeah, we ate from that fruit platter with him. He was nice.
Melon balls. So a big thing happened in this episode. Oh my God. Let's go for a picnic, but wear corseted ball gowns because that's comfortable.
Yeah.
Wesley became an ensign, field ensign. And I just thought that was so cool. And, he deserves it. And like when he came out with the red shirt with the pip and like his hair, and I was like, hello. Anyway, whew, that was amazing. Who's Mr. Home? Is that the guy from Addams Family
who played Lurch?
That makes sense. And also, I don't know why he's her sort of manservant. Is it because of her rank?
It could be. Yeah, she just hired him to be her helper. She's very rude when she told him to get berries. I know. And meanwhile, he's like, where is everyone? I guess I'll eat these berries. Yeah. Which was fine. I know. I thought it was so mean. I know. I only had very little thoughts on this episode. I was bored by this episode, and I did not enjoy it as much as I did when I watched it years ago. I found the Ferengi less funny and more creepy in this episode. I disliked the flip-flop between Riker and Troi, and then I got bored, and I kind of fast-forwarded it, and the only good part is the big speech at the ending, because it's just really good Patrick Stewart being funny. And all I could think of was that's just
what they butchered and made into the Picard song.
Yeah, that's not true. That's
if I compare thee to a summer's day, Captain Jean Picard. Anyway, I mean, I'm glad we watched it.
Yeah, I won't watch it again.
No, I wouldn't either. And, you know, when I saw that it was a season 3, episode 24, I'm like, okay, we're getting into, like, you know, not a bad season. We're at the end of the season. So, like, some of the better episodes. And then I just kind of thought, this doesn't resonate with me at all anymore.
I remember that sound. No one cares, Troi. Like, what's going, like, why are the head games with them? I don't like it.
I know. Just be honest. Do you want to bone or not?
To bone or not to bone? That is the question.
This is it.
Anyway.
Talk about Othello.
No.
I'm just kidding.
God.
Silly.
All right. Do we have some fast facts?
We do.
You want to start at us?
I'll start. This episode is the origin of a snapshot of Picard with a stretched out hand, which circulates as the web as an internet meme. Oh, yes. It is the sequence where Picard is reciting the William Shakespeare sonnets to Loaxana, specifically when he recites the line, "Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?" Which, I don't know about you, but the sun burns ya. It's too hot. Yeah. Dry. Dry. What was that? That was like a weird growl.
Dry. After Riker rescues Troi from a discussion, the Ferengi captain approaches Loxana and she turns to face him and her earrings start rocking back and forth. The very next shot shows her earrings at rest. Fail.
God damn it.
Come on.
Fuck. This is the first Star Trek experience. Oh,
Rip.
I know. Remember when my Post-it note was taken down? Dorn, we're coming for you. It wasn't a threat. Anyway, first Star Trek appearance of Ethan Phillips, who played Ferengi Dr. Farek in this episode. Phillips, this is trivia for people. Phillips would go on to play the Talaxian morale officer Neelix on Star Trek Voyager. He would also don the Ferengi makeup 2 more times in Voyager, False Prophets, and Star Trek Enterprise, Acquisition.
Mm-hmm. The ship that is supposed to carry Wesley to Starfleet Academy is called the Bradbury, after pioneering science fiction author Ray Bradbury. Not James Bradbury, who I used to work with at my old office.
Oh.
He lied. He told me that they specifically, he wasn't even born yet, and they wrote this episode referencing him, heralding the birth of...
That's funny. In the opening gathering in 10 Forward, an Antikin and a Soleil are shown in the back. So what?
Yeah. Soleil? I don't know.
Soleil are shown in the background, and they are not exhibiting any signs of hostility. It is highly unlikely that the 2 races would have resolved their numerous differences in the 2 years since Star Trek Next Generation episode The Lonely Among Us. Lonely Among Us. Pardon me. I give you a hard time for that. When they refuse to be on the same deck as each other, let alone the same room. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The scenes on Beta Z were filmed at the Huntington Library Botanical Gardens in Pasadena, California, where Star Trek The Next Generation Just Us, was also filmed 2.5 years earlier.
I thought I recognized it. I also thought it was just so beautiful. And I was like, I want to go to there.
Let's go.
The Ferengi sexual practice of Umox makes its first appearance in this episode. That's interesting.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
When Loxana and Deanna are beamed into the cell au naturel, the camera is pointed a bit too low on Loxana, twice causing a slight breach of TV standards.
Also, I wonder if she had fake boobs because they were like up there. Also, did you notice at the beginning, Troy's dress was like, you know how it has that sort of diagonal V, but it was like very close.
Yeah.
The Ferengi torture chair seen in this episode was a dental chair. Sounds about right. I canceled my dentist appointment. I was like, I'm not going to be in town. That is a lie. The fact is, I told them 6 months ago when I saw them that I would do a better job with flossing, and I haven't. And so I need to do a better job before I go back.
Oh, I've given up on, I've broken the hearts of my dentists for years.
Oh.
That's why I have cavities every time I go.
God damn it.
Portions from one of the scenes in 10 Forward were edited into Star Trek Enterprise. These are the voyages. What does that mean? What kind of spoilers is that for Enterprise? I haven't watched the series.
Yeah, I don't actually recall that, but apparently Loxana later recalls this adventure in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, The Forsaken.
Good episode.
Oh.
Loxana had one good episode on Deep Space Nine, just like Q had one episode.
Oh.
When Loxana Troi beams out, she is sitting on the Ferengi captain's lap, but when she materializes on Enterprise's bridge, she is standing. However, this can be explained by the fact that if the transporter can remove weapons from hostiles in transit, there is no reason to doubt that they can receive a sitting person. They can receive a sitting person into a standing person. That wasn't really that interesting.
I can look it up on the technical manual. I wonder if it says. I won't, though.
No? Okay. So, what does that mean now? Do you see it or skip it? What do you think?
So I think, given that it's the first instance of Umox, I think that's important for people to know. Though, I mean, you can pick up on it in later episodes that they like their ears being touched. Other than that, it made me mad about the Riker and Troi sort of like, are we together? Or are we not together? No. I didn't like that. I'm not a huge like Ferengi episode fan. So, but it was such a great Wesley episode. So for that reason, I say see it. I'd see it again just for the Wesley scenes. All
right. Wesley.
You?
I say skip it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that great. Bill said, more fun. Yes, it's predictable, but it tells the story well, and I appreciate that. It's a nice breath before we get into the final for the season. So, yeah, he said, see it, Bill.
Well, and Dan said Ferengi and Loxana. No chance this is a see it for me, right? Wrong. Picard's speech at the end is worth the price of admission in itself. True. I've been watching a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's a good show.
Yeah.
I love the backstory for the two guys.
Hitchcock and Scully.
They were like so like fit, and they discovered a
wing slut.
Chicken wing slut.
Yeah.
So good. Would you rather skip the Starfleet oral exam to save Troi and Riker, or take the Starfleet oral exam and let Data figure it out?
Missing an exam would be awful. I mean, we have dreams about this, where you show up in class for an exam and you haven't been there all semester.
The worst.
But at the same time, an oral exam, I hate that shit, as I'm talking on a podcast, but I'm talking to you, so it's different. So get Data to figure it out, though I don't think he would, because is he musical? Like, would he connect the dots? You?
I would probably skip, because secretly I don't want to go to school and I want to stay on the ship and be little boy wonder. So, or little girl wonder in my case, little person wonder, small wonder. Would you rather have Picard quote you Shakespeare or Riker give you a jazz solo?
Do you mean Yaz solo? Yaz flute. Oh man. This is a tough one because I'm not a huge trombone fan either, and Riker's not great. But at the same time, Picard's very, I don't know. It's over the top. And what if I rolled my eyes or something and he was like, "Excuse me"? So I would go for the Yaz solo. You?
I would choose the Picard poem because I think that Riker already peacocks a lot, that it wouldn't seem special. But if Picard was to do something like this for me, people would be like, whoa, he's really stepping out for this broad. She's a real piece of work.
Like it. I also just want to add that during the trombone solo, I would jam my fist into the bell to mute it, and then it would kind of be like I'm helping.
You get all the spit.
Yeah.
Would you rather have chicken tacos or pork tacos?
Chicken tacos.
Chicken tacos.
But it has to be chicken breast unless I'm making it, and then I can use chicken thighs because I know how to like take all the gross gristle parts away. I'm not sure if you're interested in doing a Star Trek Mad Libs.
Oh my gosh. Let's do this. I don't even know what Mad Libs are.
Yes, you do. Don't you?
Is this when you fill in the blank with words?
Yeah, like adjective,
okay.
noun.
Okay,
but it's
cool.
Star Trek. And the reason I bought this was because I was buying some other stuff and saw it. And what really sold it for me was the review that said, I bought this for a friend who did not care for it. So
that was me writing it about you having gifted.
That being said, so I'm going to ask you like to give me adjectives and nouns and verbs and stuff. And if you forget what those are, that is totally fine. And this is just going to be a really quick one. So give me the name of a place.
Vegas.
Give me a noun. A noun is the name of a person, place, or thing. Sidewalk, umbrella, bridle, bathtub, and nose are nouns.
Spatula.
Spatula. I need a silly word.
Bulbous.
Oh, gross. Number. Give me a number.
21.
I need a verb. Do you remember what those are?
Swiftly.
An action word. An action word.
Swiftly.
That's an adverb.
Is it?
Yeah, verb.
Something if you're okay.
Yeah, an adverb
so
is
like
an
running.
Action, like run, pitch,
Driving.
Jump, swim.
Cycle.
And now a plural noun, the name of a person, place, or thing, but a plural.
Baldwins, like the Baldwin brothers. Plural
Okay,
Baldwins.
I like it. Another noun.
Yurt.
Another plural noun.
Forks.
Forks.
Yeah.
Like like I'm eating with a fork.
Yeah.
Forks. An animal.
An aardvark.
Okay, and finally, an adjective describes something or somebody. Lumpy, soft, ugly, messy, and short are adjectives.
Illustrious.
Ooh, okay. So the name of this Mad Libs is the most famous intro ever. God, what have we done? Vegas, the final spatula. These are the voyages of the starship Bulbous. Its 21-year mission to cycle strange new Baldwins, to seek out new yurt and new forks, to boldly go where no aardvark has gone before. Cue illustrious music. Oh, it wasn't as fun as I hoped. I mean, you did.
We're gonna do it every week, though.
Yeah, there's only like 40 of them, so.
Well, we got something for the next 40 episodes.
There's one of them is called The Red Shirt, a cautionary tale. The care and feeding of your tribble. Uh-oh, Romulans.
I love it.
A guide to Vulcans, welcome to the Borg, how to defeat a Gorn, just Khan, why Picard is better than Kirk, Starfleet medical training. Yeah. Well,
love it.
We've really set the bar high for
I think so.
For episodes going forward. Let me tell you, I just did.
Now I can't even see over what the drinks are. The bar is so high.
Good one.
Thanks. What do you think? Are we done?
I think that's it.
Did I write this?
That does it?
Yeah.
For our episode covering the beautiful, soulful episode Menage a Troi.
Yeah. Tune in next time when we cover something I've apparently selected our episode, but we don't have to do it.
Let's do it.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I don't remember it, like just by the name.
Tune in next time when we cover season 4. No, I want you to pick the episode because you have to write the synopsis for me.
Okay.
So, do you want to tell us what it's going to be, or are you going to leave it as a surprise?
It's going to have to be a surprise because I have no idea.
Okay. Tune in next week when we cover another episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, where no aardvark has gone before.
Oh,
Until
I just
then,
snotted. Gross.
Amazing.
Thanks, Toronto Peppers.
Until then, you can check out more of our show and other shows on the Trek Geek Podcast Network. And if you like it and you want to support it, join us on the Patreon. Get some cool swag. Check it all out at trekgeeks.com. Thank you to 5 Year Mission. Thanks to Bill and Dan, Fansets, and you right there, Patreons. You sitting in the bathtub with your glass of Harvey Wallbanger. Thank you. And thank you, Haley.
Thank you.
Until next time, Haley frequencies closed.
Oh. To infinity and a pearling.
Pearling. Coconut.